Chubb gets up and hammers it home.
Luger bounces it inside to Mooney, who jams it home.
To a cutting Jogo for the two-handed jam.
It's to Fluger for the two-handed jam.
Swatted by Durham. Jams with two. Another rejection.
Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray. I'm Jack Nolan, and Coach, tough week for your team. Yeah. You really competed hard against Virginia, losing a close one to the now third-ranked team in the country, and then you came home to host Wake Forest here at Purcell Pavilion, and it was just a rough night.
Yeah, I was really happy with our group against Virginia, and I thought we took another step forward after the Georgia Tech win the week before, and we were hoping for 3 steps forward, but couldn't complete it against Wake Forest, and some dumb fouls and some breakdowns defensively really hurt us.
When we come back, we will take you to Charlottesville for Notre Dame's 40-minute battle with the now third-ranked team in the country, Virginia. We rarely talk about point spreads on this show, but you were 19-point underdogs at Virginia. No one outside of this building gave you a chance to even compete. Not only did you compete, you almost pulled off the shocking victory.
Yeah, I was really proud of our group. There's no question we defended great, both in man and zone for 40 minutes. And we controlled the tempo to give ourselves a chance. We talked about playing just 4-minute segments and talking about it, and I thought our group, young group, really handled it well.
And TJ Gibbs really came out and led. He scored your first 10 points.
Yeah, he is playing well, and we need him to play well. February, the calendar turned, and he's in a really good rhythm, but he has jump-started us the last couple games offensively, and that helps us.
It took Virginia 6 minutes to take their first lead. You held them to 37% shooting. Do you think your defensive effort this year has been somewhat overshadowed because of your offensive struggle?
Probably has, Jack. I mean, I think so much has been talked about our shooting percentages, and we just can't score it, and rightfully so, because we have been challenged on that side. But I think, you know, we've had our chances, and we've been competitive because we've gone back and defended well enough to hang around.
As we record this show, we are coming up on the 1-year anniversary of DJ Harvey's knee microfracture surgery. Most doctors say it takes a year to come back all the way, and he's showing signs. He also had 10 points in the first half against Virginia.
Yeah, I think he's really coming. You know, again, it takes a while to get healthy. I also think he's grown and matured where he's not forcing plays offensively as much. The big thing for him is when he defensive rebounds and sticks his nose in there on the backboard, it helps him in all phases of his game.
Virginia kept trying to knock you out. Inside of 2 minutes, they go up by 8 in front of that supportive crowd, but Mooney and Harvey hit threes, and you've cut it back to 2.
You know, and that's who this group has been. You know, we have taken big punches from great teams in this league, and we've called a timeout, and we've come out of the timeout and executed and gotten a stop and put game pressure, and we did. We battled right till the end.
Now you're down by 4 to start the second half. Mooney again cuts the lead to 2 with a pretty jump hook. He finished with his 16th double-double of the season, 11 points, 15 rebounds.
Well, when you go 16 and 15 for Johnny Mooney against Virginia's front line, you're doing it against some men. Their front line are men. But again, he continues to be one of the best big men in our league.
Gibbs had 7 points in the second half as well, but a couple of young guys, Hub and Leszewski, combined for 16 to really keep you in it.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, for Nate, that was big for him. Nate has played well. He's played better on the road than he's played at home, but we could really use his scoring. Prentice Hub right now is very comfortable running our team. It's hard to take him out of the game. He's playing heavy minutes. I'm very pleased with what Prentice Hub has given to us right now.
This is how close this game was. 3 times in the second half, you cut the Virginia lead to 1. You just couldn't get the lead.
And it's kind of been the story of our year. You know, we've been able to get it to 1 possession, but it's been hard for us to get over the hump. And to get over the hump on the road against a great team like Virginia was going to be even tougher.
Less than 2 minutes left. You're down by 6, but boy, do you make it interesting. Hub with a nice driving layup, and then Leszewski with the steal and incredible bucket, and you're back to within 2.
You know, we're right there. Our press gave us some good stuff, and we felt, you know, man, we got a chance at this thing. We almost got a second steal right there. But give Virginia credit, we had to foul, and they made big free throws to escape. But I was really proud of our group. I thought it was a bit of a confidence builder for our young guys to play that team right to the wire.
So the Irish drop a tough one at Virginia, 60-54, but actually felt pretty good about themselves coming back home to take on Wake Forest. The highlights of that game are coming up next. Notre Dame Wake Forest, you shocked the world at the beginning of that game. Two teams that have had trouble scoring. You scored 30 points combined in the first 5.5 minutes.
I thought it was amazing. The two worst shooting percentages in the ACC can't miss a shot to get started. It was kind of fun to watch. And again, you felt good because anytime we can score it early, you feel like you're going to have a good night.
And Gibbs comes out again on fire, hits his first 6 shots, scoring 13 of your first 15 points.
You know, he's feeling good for us, Jack, and he's kind of jump-starting us right now, and we certainly need it.
You were able to take your first lead of 2019 on 5 straight points by Prentice Hubbs, so both guards playing together. He also did a great job running the team. He had a career-high 9 assists.
I thought he really played well, and I thought a big play in the game was him picking up his second foul. We had to get him out late in the first half, and we lost momentum there right before half. We had the bad luck foul by Jawan at the buzzer, and the karma changed right there. But overall, I thought Prentice Hubbs, again, is playing great as a young guard.
Other than that bad luck foul, you got 10 pretty good minutes out of Jawan. He scored 6 points and had a couple of rebounds.
I think he's on his way back. That was the first night I felt, okay, he looks like the guy before the injury at Virginia Tech. It's been a long road getting over this bone bruise. Down the stretch, we want to play him and get him minutes and get him better.
But more often than not, when he's been in, Mooney's been out. But for most of this game, you played those guys together. Why?
We did, and we started that way a little bit before Jawan's injury. We kind of like playing big, and it's something I think we may have to revisit here in our last couple games.
You took your largest lead in the game when Mooney followed a Durham dunk with a 3. That puts you up by 7 with just over 3:30 left.
Yeah, they call timeout, come out, score in the post. Prentice gets the foul, as I mentioned earlier, and then all of a sudden the momentum changes to end the half, and we go in with bad karma, bad momentum at halftime.
And then Wake Forest comes out, scores the first bucket to grab the lead early in the second half, and that triggered a heck of a seesaw battle. You had 9 lead changes and 3 ties in the second half.
It was a great college game. It's 2 teams that are fighting for wins. They're young like us. They're trying to figure out who they are, and we were battling and we were fighting. I thought one of the big differences was we had, again, dumb fouls. We put them in the bonus really quick, and we're a team that doesn't foul much. Also, we could not secure defensive rebounds. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league, and they got some putbacks that really hurt us.
John Mooney leaves everything on the floor every game. He had 13 of his 16 points in the second half, and he just missed another double-double with 9 rebounds.
Yeah, he's, again, I couldn't ask more out of this young man. I think he's one of the great stories in our league, and probably would be getting more attention if we were winning more in our league. But I know the other coaches really respect Johnny Mooney.
Wake Forest thought they had you knocked out. They went on a 14-4 run to take a 9-point lead with just under 6 minutes left, but your team again came right back with a 9-0 run.
You know, it's what I love about this group, and I hope we can build on this not only in our few remaining games, but with this group as they return next season. They have a great will. They keep swinging. They keep fighting. And we gave ourselves a chance to win. Again, we just couldn't get over that hump and get the lead back.
And this has been the Achilles heel all year, scoring droughts. After you come back and tie the game, you don't get another field goal the rest of the way.
Yeah, and we had some really pretty good looks. I thought we had some really good open look threes that if you're going to win, you got to hit 2 or 3 of them to finish the thing. We missed a couple free throws that hurt us too, and we just couldn't get any offensive efficiency enough to escape Wake Forest, and they outplayed us.
You had such a terrific recruiting class this year. You probably took more younger guys than you normally do, lost a couple of veterans. Is some of that inability to make those shots just youth?
I do think so. I think, you know, it's been a long season. I think with our younger guys, confidence can wane and go up and down when you play young guys. Again, we are fully committed to playing them, and we're going to double down in these last 5 or 6 games and play the young guys even more because they're our future.
So the Irish do drop a disappointing 75-68 decision to Wake Forest here at Purcell Pavilion. Now, when we come back, we're going to take an in-depth look at an Irish captain who is playing his best basketball of the season in recent weeks. TJ Gibbs had his most productive scoring night of the season, 23 points. Boy, has he been playing well. He's scored in double figures 5 of his last 6 games. Last 2 games, he's hit 54% of his shots overall, 46% from 3, which is a huge turnaround because he was really struggling.
He was really struggling in January, and I just felt the law of averages, it's only a matter of time. He is a really good player, and he's a very good shooter. And I thought he was getting great shots all season. Thought he was rushing them a little bit in January, but right now he's in a good rhythm, and we sure need it.
We mentioned earlier, Hub had a career-high 9 assists against Wake Forest. More and more, he has had the ball. TJ's been off the ball. Has that helped TJ?
It has helped TJ. I think we've evolved where Prentice is very comfortable up there running our stuff and being a voice, and I'm very proud of who he's become as our quarterback. It also helps TJ to get off the ball, and we screen for him early in the possession off the ball to loosen him up a little bit, and that's helped us offensively.
What is the next step that you need TJ to take?
I think for him, right now it's hard for me to take him out of the game. He's playing probably too many minutes. If I could steal him some rest, that would really, really help. I like how he's playing right now. I think he's doing a good job of finding people because he's a very good passer, but also hunting his shot, and we're doing a better job of getting him open.
Against Virginia and Wake Forest, TJ Gibbs scored a combined 40 points with 4 assists and 3 steals, earning him this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Performance of the Week Award. Gibbs driving right side of the lane for the follow-away runner that's good. Beautiful shot by TJ Gibbs.
Here's Gibbs, long 3. TJ Gibbs has 7.
He spins in the lane for the scoop shot that's off the glass and in. What a drive by TJ Gibbs. Gibbs spins to the foul line for the runner that's good. Ahead to Gibbs, who goes in and dunks it. To Mooney, up top, Gibbs, deep 3 is good! And as TJ Gibbs is on fire early. This week's Ask Coach Bray question and the Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break are coming up right after this timeout. It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Bray. And this week's question comes from longtime season ticket holder and Mike Bray radio show attendee Renee Buell of Michigan City. Coach, I noticed that during a timeout, you first conference with the assistant coaches. How does this help you when you then talk to the team?
You just want to get a little bit of feedback of their perspective. These timeouts are too long anyways. I don't have enough to say in the timeouts, so you want to get a little feedback from them before you go in there to give your team your thoughts. One of the things I've liked, and this team doesn't quite do it as much because they're younger, but they will as they grow older together, is they talk amongst themselves a lot too and reinforce things, and the captains a lot of times are talking about great stuff before I get even into the huddle. And a lot of times there'll be some silent time where I just want them to rest and hydrate, and kind of get their legs back under them.
And again, when we talk about the struggles of this year and being young, something you were hesitant about before all the misfortunes, you give your guys, you treat them like men. You give them a lot of responsibility. A lot of what goes on in huddles and on the floor is up to them.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of read and react, even though offensively lately, we've tried to structure a little bit more to help us since that has been a problem for us. But it's always been upperclassmen, and Johnny and TJ have had to do the heavy lifting with Rex gone, kind of helping run the group in the midst of a game and talking in huddles. The one thing I've been so impressed with is Prentice Hub as a freshman has become a voice because he's our point guard. I'm very impressed with that right now, early in his career.
One is the best rebounder in the ACC. The other is the top shot blocker in the ACC. This week, this duo forms our Notre Dame basketball fast break team, with John Mooney firing the questions at Juwan Durham.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Notre Dame Fast Break. I'm John Mooney here with my good friend, Juwan Durham. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Let's go.
Favorite food?
Pasta.
Celebrity crush?
Jennifer Lopez.
North or South Dining Hall?
Neither.
Television show? Favorite TV show?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Favorite NBA player?
LeBron.
Dream 3-on-3 team, including yourself?
Me, you, and Nate, the Florida boys, probably.
Favorite actor?
Denzel Washington.
Favorite actress?
Ooh, Sofia Vergara.
Favorite musical artist?
Probably J. Cole.
Favorite song that you're listening to right now?
Meek Mill, Respect the Game.
What sport would you play if you didn't play basketball?
Ice hockey.
Nice. Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
They're a part of the new practice facility.
The massage chairs.
Who's the best dancer on the team?
I'm gonna have to go with probably Nate.
Who's the worst dancer on the team?
You.
Who's the best singer on the team?
Probably me.
Worst singer on the team?
TJ.
What's your favorite Coach Bray line?
Let's get him, guys.
That's a good one. Favorite Coach Humphrey line?
Hump. Hump, exactly.
Favorite spot on campus?
Probably my dorm.
Who's the best defender on the team?
P-Hub.
Best shooter on the team?
Dane.
Worst shooter on the team?
Me.
Way to be honest, man. Who's the best dunker on the team?
Me.
Fastest on the team?
Me.
Slowest on the team?
You.
Funniest on the team, besides me?
Me.
Smartest on the team?
Liam.
That's it, guys. Thank you for watching.
Well, that proves Mooney and Durham are a good pair, both on the court and off the court.
That's the Interstate 4 between Tampa and Orlando combo, those two guys. And they've really hit it off. They're going to room together, next year with Nick Jogo. Certainly Johnny Mooney has had an unbelievable impact and is an all-league player. Juwan Durham is just going to get better and better. We're frustrated that he got knocked back a little bit and lost some momentum with the injury, but we want him to finish strong.
And when he is healthy, he can change a game.
He does. He's changed games for us, and I feel he's getting healthy. The Wake Forest game was the first time I thought, okay, he looks normal. He looks like he did the start of the Virginia Tech game.
Maybe not as much publicity in terms of your young class, but he's really part of it this year.
He is.
He's got 2 years left.
Yeah, he's got 2 full seasons left, and he needs every bit of them, and he needs great off seasons for strength training and all of that. But this was the first time he was really kind of a main guy and part of it. It was interrupted a little, but we'd really like him to finish strong.
We will take a look at Notre Dame's final Saturday, Monday turnaround of the season coming up right after this final timeout. I'm not sure the weekend could be any harder. You're going to host 20th ranked Virginia Tech here on Saturday and then go on the road to face 16th ranked Florida State, a Florida State team that's playing really well.
2 teams with men. Of course, we played in Blacksburg New Year's Day, and we hung around for about 35 minutes, and they just shot the heck out of the ball. They still really shoot it. Blackshear, their big guy, is tough to deal with inside, but we're going to have to be really good. And then you turn it around and go to Tallahassee, and Florida State's the hottest team in the league right now. They're going to play 10 guys, and they're going to guard the heck out of you.
But you have been both inconsistent but unpredictable. You go back to some of your other games. You took Carolina right down to the wire in Chapel Hill, played very well at Virginia, and this team has been very resilient in terms of flushing the negative and coming back out with a good effort.
Yeah, and we've really tried to move on quick, learn from it, and you're right. I mean, when we were on the road in Chapel Hill and on the road in Charlottesville, we really competed and had our chances, and we're going to have to do that in Tallahassee. In the meantime, against Virginia Tech, we're going to have to really defend and get out and chase them off the 3-point line.
So we will return next week with all the highlights of the Virginia Tech and Florida State games. Until then, for Coach Bray, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.